Is Oxford going to lose its Greyhound Stadium? That's a question. It could be the end of the line for the Oxford Stadium after the owners said that it would close at the end of December. Well, it's widely thought that they want to sell it for housing, but there's a growing campaign to save it. We'll hear more about that in a moment from Ian Sawyer. But what should happen to the Oxford Stadium? Well, two people have views. Well, lots of people have views, and if you are one of them, it's 03459 311 111. One person who's been in the headlines developing this argument is Andrew Smith, he's the Labour MP for the Oxford East constituency. And Andrew, you have lived in Blackbird Leys for many years. The Oxford Stadium is, in a very real sense, your stadium. So what do you want to see happen there?
We want to see it continue and be a successful stadium. It's very much part of the community. When the reports of a planning application for housing first came up, I did a survey of residents in Blackbird Leys who overwhelmingly, 3-1, more than that, said we want to save the stadium. It's important to remember it's not just greyhounds. Important though that is, there is also taekwondo, there's go-karting, there's motorcycle training nearby, there's dance, there's a gym, and we would love to get Speedway back. There is a massive Speedway fan base in Oxfordshire, as you're about to hear from Ian Sawyer, I'm sure.
Well, you mentioned that there was a huge support for your proposals. 3-1 people voted for it. But what percentage of the population bothered to reply?
Well, it was, as reported in the Oxford Mail, it was a small proportion, but it was a much bigger proportion than normally responds to flyers stuck through their letterbox. You know, it was hundreds of people and a lot of people who live near the stadium, and I think that was very significant because, you know, you could say noise from motorbikes, problems with parking and so on. There might be people there who wanted to see the back of it, but on the contrary, the closer people live to the stadium, the stronger they seem to be in support of it, because many have worked there. Many have used it for, you know, very enjoyable recreation over the years. And one sort of lie we've got to nail is that the stadium isn't viable. I've seen figures, I've spoken to people in the industry. It is viable as a stadium. The problem is the owners could make a lot more money if they developed it for housing. And that's what this is really all about. We suspect the stadium is almost deliberately being run down as a recreation facility and has been, in order to boost the case for housing going there. Now, I'm second to nobody, as you'll know, my enthusiasm for more housing in the Oxford area. We do need it.
Well, that's the interesting bit, Andrew.
We build over every recreation facility we've got.
All right, but what do you say to the argument that this is a quote, brownfield site, and that's what the policy is, to build on those brownfield sites?
I say it's not a brownfield site. It's a site with a very good stadium. They're good. It's not just any old stadium. They're good quality facilities there. People in the Greyhound business tell me that. People in the Speedway tell me that it's a very good track there. It's nice and modern. You go up there, you've got the lovely restaurant bar area overlooking the track. It's a great facility, and that's what it should remain. And it's very important that when the City Council was looking at its sites for housing for the future, they didn't put this in the future sites for housing. So other brownfield sites were indicated for housing. This one wasn't. The City Council said, no, that's a recreation site, and that's the way we want to keep it. And I tell you, there's a huge campaign on this. The Facebook group that was only set up a few days ago has already got over 3,000 members. Yesterday we had a big gathering of people at the stadium to launch our petition, and we're going to fight this all the way.